Hello, my name is Aiden Vaughn, and welcome to my channel. This week, I will be reviewing The Amazing Spider-Man, Kraven's Last Hunt. It's a really good story, came out in the early to mid-1980s. It was written by Jim DeMatteis with art by Mike Zeck. It's really good art, and really good writing. Complements it. They complement each other very nicely. It's very cinematic in its structure, and I like that. And for those of you who do not know too much about Kraven the Hunter, his real name is Sergei Kravenov, and his family was from the Russian nobility. And when the communist revolutionaries murdered the Tsar and his family in 1917, Kraven and his parents fled to America. And after that, when he was a young man, he went to the jungle and to train, and he came out as the best hunter in the world. And his villainous moniker is a play off of his family name and his abilities. Sorry. So, there are a lot of stories that are in this epic collection paperback that I have that are leading up to the main story. There's a team up with Iron Man and one with Wolverine. Then there's a massively important Hobgoblin story in this, where Spider-Man finally figures out who the Hobgoblin is. And then there's the story where Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson get married. And then Kraven's Last Hunt. All are really good stories. All are really well written with good artwork. And I highly recommend it to any of you who wish to get a better understanding of Kraven the Hunter and Hobgoblin. And so, in the story, in the main story at least, Kraven is really angry because Spider-Man has kept on defeating him over the years, and he's trying to figure out how he can finally beat him. And then he's like, of course, I have a plan. And so he draws Spider-Man into this trap, and he shoots him with a tranquilizer dart, which makes him hallucinate. And then he, has Spider-Man, captured, and he locks him up in some place, leaves him there for a couple of weeks. And then Kraven dresses up as Spider-Man and starts going around beating people up and killing a couple people in Spider-Man's name. And then, Spider-Man breaks free, and he just goes nuts because he's like, oh my god, I was trapped in that hole for 2 weeks. And then he fights Vermin, who's a villain that he fought with Captain America before. And he is almost beaten by Vermin because Vermin was beaten up by Kraven dressed as Spider-Man, and he is pissed beyond belief. He's like, oh, Spider-Man, I'm going to kill you. And, sorry. And, then finally Spider-Man beats him by himself with great difficulty. And, I'm sorry, my dog is being a nuisance. And, then he fights Kraven. Well, sort of. He, punches Kraven a couple times, and then he's like, I'm done punching you. And then Kraven's like, ah ha ha. And, he's like, ah ha ha, I've beaten you. Finally. And, because I tarnished your reputation throughout the city, and I had physically defeated you by beating you and locking you away. And then it ends with Spider-Man bringing Vermin to the police, and then going home to his wife, Mary Jane, and then Kraven. I don't want to give too much away because it's a really good story, and I suggest you read it for yourselves. But Kraven, it doesn't look like he's going to be meddling with Spider-Man anytime soon until he comes back in like the 2000s, because this is the early 80s. And I think he comes back sometime in the 90s, and that I don't know. Anyway, highly recommend Kraven's Last Hunt. Oh, and one of the best parts is there's an introduction written by Stan Lee, the original writer on The Amazing Spider-Man, and the co-creator with artist Steve Ditko. And it's really good. He gives a lot of praise to the story and the art, which is well deserved, because it's a great story. And I'm actually going to see the Black Panther movie tonight, so I'll have a review on that soon. And thank you. Please like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you like. And have a good day.